But okie dokie. What do we wish to do now? Could head to vaults. Probably will head to vaults. Explore a little bit over that direction, see what else we can find, and then into depths. I'm already starting to think, though, what do we want to do for our third rune? Because slime is where we'd normally take our casters. We don't have a great selection of spells for dealing with slime. I guess, again, Freezing Cloud is at least some form of AoE. We have Condenser Vein to add on to that as well. See what kind of clouds we get there. It's definitely not terrible. I'm actually debating Vaults 5. Vaults 5 is always terrifying, but OTR and Ignite Poison does wonders in Vaults. I guess we can burn that bridge when we get there. For the time being, let's just focus on the road ahead of us, and we'll head into Vaults and start some exploring, shall we? Ooh, that's not ideal. Take my durable summon and leave. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. And okay, we've definitely left a bit of an adventure waiting for us here. Blast of Flame, and I guess multiple bolts. Probably the multiple bolts is what really did us in there. At least that is my assumption, seeing as how the flame shouldn't have dealt too much damage with our resistance being active. And let's just take you upstairs. We'll play this one a little bit safer just for the entrance into vaults. Need to make sure that we don't completely ruin any possibility of coming back here in the future. Otherwise, should be a-okay. Beautiful. Hello, my bovine friends. One come all. And bit of undead action as well here is not ideal. Fortunately, they're all a little bit on the slow side. One of these Sons of Guns, Frost Giant and Stone Giant, one of them is hitting hard. I guess the Stone Giant is up to 36, so that's nothing to sneeze at, really. That's not the way to the stairs. There we go. I should do a quick check. I think with 3 pips, we should be doing all right against Sentinel's Mark. 8% chance. I mean, it's not ideal, but we should be okay at the end of the day. Especially when we can just chain irradiates as far as the eye can see. Thanks, Thalfon, for the hydrate. Today of all days, I will be very grateful to the reminders to take sips of my drink, because I don't know how much longer my voice will keep up. But hey, we'll see how it goes here. I'm hoping another hour or so before we have to toss the hat in. But we'll be playing it by ear and just seeing how I'm feeling, how it's looking. Especially, it's always so hard to drop a game when it's in the throes of action here, which is oftentimes the reason why I keep playing into what I call the stupid phase, which is where I start just making the silliest mistakes imaginable because I lose all semblance of intelligence. Oh wow, Monday stream indeed. Hey, what else? How's it going? Yeah, unfortunately, was a little too sick over the weekend to get on for the usually scheduled programming yesterday, so wanted to get on a little bit. Return to Shard here. I'd been looking forward to it all week, and rightfully so, it turns out, because again, it's just going exceptionally smoothly compared to the norm here. Oh, my icy friend, goodbye, and not too shabby. But okie dokie, yeah, if we don't run into too much trouble over the course of vaults, then I am definitely a happy camper. I mean, it does leave us a little bit wanting for conversation topics, at least ones that are relevant to the game at hand here. But again, I'm not going to complain too much. It was pretty much the whole concept of the run here was to give ourselves a little bit of a break from the doldrums of constantly finding myself in terrible situations, and, you know, also just making the worst of them by making terrible decisions while we're at it. You're like 110? Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. Just stand our ground. And never didn't have it. Beautiful. Oh, hello, my serpent friend. Or not, that's cool too. Garden Serpent at least provided a little bit of familiar flavor here, just coming very recently out of Snake, but I see how it is, DCSS. No olive branches will be extended today. Just made a troll Ignis worshiper, didn't go far, but it was fun. Nice. That's super interesting. Even just like having some of the Foxfire spells available on something like a troll. Are you playing in stable or in trunk? Because I'm very excited for when trunk becomes mainline to try out the shapeshifting skill with a troll. I think that, I mean, they might have terrible aptitudes, but I still might force it just for the heck of it. Delphon, you appreciate the irony of saying you'll avoid terrible, or saying I'll avoid terrible decisions while finding a titanic slime. Oh no, but that's different, you know? Again, we never didn't have it. There's never a doubt in my mind, even for a moment, which is maybe part of the problem, but hey, we'll keep living on, again, just in blissful ignorance here for all intents and purposes. Let's blow you up too, my friend. Not too shabby. Ooh, we've already hit that earth magic cap that we set out for ourselves. Very, very interesting. Well, what do we wish to do now? I guess I could just learn, you know, maybe spell casting comes back on. Will give us a little bit more max magic points, as well as giving a few more spell levels for us to play with here. Wouldn't mind getting a few more high level spells under our belt as the run continues on. And what, fighting as well. We'll go old school, just the classics, and see how she blows, shall we? And beautiful. Oh, that was just Vaults 1. Holy moly. Okay, so definitely slowed down a little bit since the S branches. Just going by the time it took to make through that first floor, but that's good. Means that I'm maybe gonna start paying a little bit more attention to what I'm doing here. Hopefully prevent any kind of stupid death shenanigans from coming in and completely rolling our world, shall we? Here's the thing, educate you. If you're strength based and can't wear most armor, your dex is, let's say, 5. Where do you get your defense? What defense? Your defense is your giant claws that you use to tear things to shreds before they get the opportunity to attack. Which, therein lies the rub. Trolls will stomp their way through early game, really struggle in mid, and then they get pretty good again at the end of the day, especially if if you're unarmed combat just does absolute numbers late game, and by that point you hopefully have some dragon scales available, because that's the other answer. Just get an acquirement scroll with gold dragon scales on them. It's that easy. Or get I think there's one of the Bailey treasure vaults also has gold dragon scales available relatively early on your character. And hello, Marcus, my good friend. Hello, Marcus, my old friend. Mark Trap, usually not the best, but definitely not too bad at this point. Just seeing as how we found ourselves in a nice little corner with only one entrance from the rest of the floor here, so it gives us some semblance of safety and security at the very least. Always love that. It sounds so simple. Oh, doesn't it always? I mean, I'm speaking from experience with that one, seeing as how the last troll that we played did, I think it was an acquirement scroll that we found, like, somewhere between D7, D9, and got an artifact golden dragon scales. I mean, sure, I did end up dying, so, you know, do with that what you will. But it was still a really solid run until said eventuality caught up with us. There we go. Nice little treasure trove for our troubles. Love to see that. And holy moly, that is quite the vault. Hello, friends. I mean, I guess artifact boots, artifact ring, necromancy manual. I guess we don't need the Grand Grimoire, because I believe we already even found it. I know that we did pick up very recently Revivification, Necro, and Death's Door. Interesting. We played some Nimlex too. Those summons are OP early game. Oh, right, yeah. Especially if you get the right one at the right time. It's just chef's kiss on that. I wish I knew them slightly better so I could go into the details. I mean, from what I remember, I think I really like the Archer one. Is always quite fantastic. Ouch, that really hurt. No kidding. So, main issue there was I was trying to step away so that we were at an angle that my IMB could push this buddy off of us. I was actually not going face first into the slime this time, contrary to what it may seem. But unfortunately, I should have, when it was here and I was here, these spaces were open, right? Well, that's what our one emergency blink scroll is for, right, folks? Definitely not gonna regret using that one. Well, there we go. That's a little more indicative as to how the encounter against the Titanic slime should go. Again, DCSS giveth hubris with the one hand, and then it fortunately, in a rare move of, I don't know, mercy, I guess, took away the hubris with the other. So I do appreciate that game. Absolutely love to see it. And fortunately, all these sons of guns very much vulnerable to our poison, so we will try to slowly but surely just whittle them down. I guess right after saying it, these sons of guns not so vulnerable to our poison, but no real issues whatsoever. Probably shouldn't have used my last little bit of magic there. No real reason to do so, and many reasons not to, seeing as how we never know what other monsters lurk just around the river bend here. Archers turn D6 into a John Wick movie. I love that. Very true. That was close. You honestly wonder if that slime could have one shot, or if that was pretty much its max roll. I think that was pretty much its max roll. We went down to 28 health. It deals a max of 110, and we have 30 armor class. So it rolled pretty much max, and we rolled pretty much minimum. So, you know, definitely worst case scenario, all things considered. Still a scenario that we never should have found ourselves in. I think that much is fair to say, but a little bit worse than we'd normally come to expect at the very least. So we don't need to be concerned about that being an everyday endeavor, though if we do run into any more of our Titanic buddies, we will play it a little bit closer to the chest. Just make sure that we don't find ourselves in a similar scenario without a backup plan. Hey, speak of the devil. So, IMB is on F. Let's just knock this son of a gun into last week. And if we lose sight of the Titanic slime, it very quickly drops to being a little bit more reasonable in size. And fantastic. Much safer and more consistent way of dealing with our oozy friends, as it were. And that should, ooh, I was gonna say pretty much be the floor. Hey Jory, how's it going? This file floods you. Did that not even work? Are you not? You're not even waterlogged, are you? You son of a gun. Well, box of beast that immediately dives to the wrong side. You're actually supposed to be a bit of a body shield for me, if I'm being completely honest with you. My shock ox, maybe? Shock fire beast, of course. Who could forget? Well, I mean, we could potion petition, but maybe I'll just use a regular heal wounds to play it safe. I specifically just don't want to be utterly rocked by a crystal spear here. Holy moly. Well, Jory is definitely an interesting find on Vaults 2 as well. Pulling no punches with us, I see, DCSS. I appreciate your candor, I guess, being very straightforward at the end of the day. And let's just bring you in to say hello, eh, my friend? Okay, that's definitely looking like our entrance to Crypt. So let's bring in the troops, specifically the one troop, and let our Spellforged friend do the majority of the heavy lifting. Oh, did I kill that Convoker? Huh. I did not expect them to go down with one pip of poison and an ignite, but hey. I will gladly take it. Ooh, and we do finally get to our attribute level up here, so we can definitely take that intelligence, give ourselves a little bit of extra spell power across the board. And unfortunately, that amulet probably not gonna stand the test of time here. We'll just leave that bad boy. Always an option if we want to come back for it. Regen MP is not the end of the world, of course, but also not exactly ideal for what our current needs and wants are looking like. Very happy with our regeneration at the end of the day. And of course we already had a lot of the other egos offered by that son of a gun available to us. Specifically the resist corrosion stands out to me as something that's always just nice to have. It's not super required to have on you at all times. You know, usually just having a ring that you can swap into is enough, but hey, still nice to have. Okie dokie. Oh, hello, Boris. You know, I don't even like Vaults 3 that much. I'ma just walk right over this way. I mean, we might come back. Still not fully decided where we are gonna endeavor for our third rune of the game. I was tempted to go Vaults just to make it a bit more interesting than our usual go-tos of Blaster Caster, Slime, mostly anything else, Abyss, but I don't know if I want to deal with Boris's shenanigans at this stage in my life, so we'll, I guess, push that decision off the moment here, and just keep on keeping on. Should be fairly well suited to handle most of what depths can throw our direction here. Nothing too interesting there. Not sure. I'll buy some potions. Actually, cancellation is always nice. Scroll of magic, not bad either. I think we have tons of lig. Yeah, 6 should be enough for the kind of utility usage that will potentially come up over the course of the run here. And low ziggurat entrance. Well. Hopefully now that we're out of vaults, we'll settle back into a little bit of that kind of steady state that we were living in earlier this evening. I mean, no guarantees by any stretch, but I am cautiously optimistic, as I'm fond of saying. Amulet of Abstinence. So we lose willpower, but regen with 3 pips of fire resistance. Huh. That is a very tempting amulet indeed. So let's see. I'm currently wielding 2 willpower rings, and I'm at 3 pips. So it's not looking at the moment like I can afford to add a will minus into our overall kit here. But I'm interested. Color me intrigued. Is something else I'm wearing taking away our will? I don't think so. Does not seem to be the case. So, not sure why we're sitting quite so low in the totem pole here, but not the end of the world either. Want to be slightly cautious against our Earth Shaman friends there, seeing as how we're, you know, made out of the stuff that they've spent their lives learning to manipulate, so doesn't seem like the best combination by any stretch. Wow. Arlec, RF, and Int would be a tempting option if we were playing on a different character, but as is, probably not going to make the cut. Just give me one quick moment. Much like the coffee, and I was doing very well for not being too congested before the stream started, but I guess some combination of the endless talking mixed with send it back where they came from. Don't do that. Ensuing coughing is apparently not doing wonders for me overall here. But okie dokie, that is pretty much our first floor of depths. A Juggernaut Simulacrum. How fast do you move? You are fast. That is scary. I mean, fortunately, we're kind of built to deal with you. Don't have as much fire damage as I'd like. Oh, we can change that though. Just drop one of these, and drop one of these. And, ooh, jeez Louise. Yeah, you, my friend, are going to be a problem at the end of the day, hey? 60 health is not too bad. Well, let's actually look at these numbers. 32 plus an extra 60. 64 plus an extra 60. So the extra 60s go down to like a quarter? Because 1 pip is half. I think 2 pips is a third. I don't know if it goes down to a full quarter. Let's, for the sake of argument here, let's assume so. So that's 15 damage on those extras. So that's still a total of 126. 127 total health. Perfect. Oh, let's phone a friend here. And can just assist taking you out. And not too shabby at the end of the day here. All comes together just in the nick of time, and that is beautiful. So with that in mind, let's finish this off, and eventually we'll stop accidentally habitually hitting the ignite poison instead of the, or even the oak lebs instead of the Spellforge Servitor, but maybe not today. We'll see how she goes. And that should, for real now, be just about it. Laura ended up being the never-ending story here and just continuing onwards and onwards. A useless willpower ring, very nice. Honestly, so many artifact rings. This is where you're really wishing that you came into the dungeon as an octopode, because we would have a very eclectic selection available to us here. Please don't do that. Yeah, tear me apart by the very fibers of my being. That is not very cool of you, my friend. But hey, nothing we can't handle at the end of the day here. And so not too shabby whatsoever. In fact, let's throw some spell power out there. I guess for the most part I like to let my Spellforge servitor do most of the work, you know, let him cook, but not always the best option. You know, probably. Ooh. I'm the Juggernaut. Son of a gun. The, of course, family-friendly version of the film. There we go. Blast that son of a gun into next week, and then we just are gonna walk away from our Tengu friend. At least get a little bit of time to recover on the magic front. Ooh, not very much time. Hello there, my friends. In fact, our one buddy right next to us is blinded by the light, so we will just try to work with that a smidge here, and that's not too bad. Taking a bit more damage than I'd like still, but can just find the briefest of moments to rest and recover here. That is beautiful. And almost back up to the 10k mark. Oh, what a poor shapeshifter. A like one hit dice shapeshifter. I guess if you're living your best life, then more power to you. I respect that. You're in depths too, and you decide, why not be an itty bitty worm? Utmost respect to you and everything you plan to achieve in life, or I guess planned to achieve. So sorry for the, you know, the itty bitty bit of indiscriminate murder that we took place in. Definitely not our best look. Still doesn't seem too horrible, but I'm gonna start beating a bit of a retreat here. Just make sure that I don't get caught out too far out of place here. Yeah, doing Spellforge Servitor is about to go down. Tempted to at least bring the Iron Troll up with me, but no real reason to, so might as well just let that bad boy ruminate on their decisions. Maybe lose a little bit of that additional speed. Doesn't sound too shabby to me. Walking Earthen Tome is just Petrify, which I don't believe will have any chance. Right, because I'm made of stone, of course. I knew that. So completely immune to that bad boy, fortunately. Love to see it. Almost feels a waste to throw any firepower into taking care of you, just because can't see being too much of a threat regardless, but hey, still nice to just take things day by day here, one enemy at a time. Ooh, plate armor of ponderousness. Ooh, and a scroll of silence. Very much needed. This ring corrosion on the other hand, not so much, so we will swap out that bad boy. And protection from fire, well, not being the worst option for us here. Definitely not strictly necessary, so we'll just leave that son of a gun to their own devices and do a little bit of radiation on my own Spellforge Servitor. Not the end of the world.